Hey YouTube, welcome back to Live Long and Freeze Dry. You guys have dogs? I have three golden retrievers, and they are my pride and joy. And so I take good care of them, and I know that the kibble food that they eat, it's good, but it's lacking a little bit. And so I've started making this product and adding it as I freeze dry the stuff, make a powder that I add to their kibble every morning. And I've noticed quite a difference in their shedding, in their health, in their hip and joint pain. And we're going to go through how I make that, starting with the ever so nasty chicken livers. If you've got a weak stomach, you might want to look away. Stinky. So I just order, half a dozen jars of this, or whatever you call these tubs of chicken livers every couple of weeks. Take them, put them in the blender, buzz them up into sludge, and then I pour them into trays and set the trays in the freezer. And then we put them through the freeze dryer, break them up in the trays when they're done, and then put them back in the blender and turn it into a powder. And that powder, powder ends up looking like this. This is a bag of the freeze-dried, ground-up chicken livers. The other ingredients are like pumpkin and, pumpkin and sweet potato and kale and spinach, green vegetables, anything that can add a little bit of vitamins and minerals to their diet. I get that, mix it all together after it's freeze-dried, and I sprinkle about a tablespoon or so on their kibble every morning. That is disgusting. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry some trays over to the freezer, open the door, and rather than try and carry that over with the liquid running all over the place, go ahead and, when you want the door to stay open, it won't. When you want it to close, it doesn't want to. So let's grab this bucket of yuck and start filling some trays. Oh, isn't that just the most amazing thing you've ever seen? Bet you couldn't order that at a 5-star restaurant. Okay. Now, 2 trays of yuck is good enough for me for today. I've got a bunch of other things that I have to get done. And I'll probably put some pumpkin puree on one of these trays, some sweet potato, and I've already got some kale and spinach that'll be ready to go in along with it when I do the batch. Once it's done, I'll show you how we mix it up, and I'll probably introduce you to the dogs as well. Okay guys, thanks for showing up. I'm going to clean up my mess, and we'll catch you in the next video. Okay, we're back. The trays of the liver, the chicken liver that we blended up yesterday, were in the freezer all night, and they are nice and solid froze. We're going to load them up into the freeze dryer, and we're going to get ready to start a batch. And this is for the my dog's food supplement powder that I make. We've got 4 trays of chicken livers and 1 tray of chopped spinach that will go into the freeze dryer. I'm putting the spinach on the bottom because it will dry out quicker than the liver, and the bottom shelf seems to be the least efficient of them all, just because the heat rises, blah blah, whatever. So we're going to get things closed up here. I'm going to run the freeze dryer on the liquid mode, which is a 24-hour dry time, 9-hour freeze time, which we're going to reduce because my stuff's already frozen. And the target mTORs are 1095, and the dry temp for the shelves is 118. We'll hit continue here. Drains closed, doors shut, continue. Now I'm going to take the dry time down. And it's going to shut off. Something's stalled. I did this once before. I have to give my peeps over at Blue Alpine a call and ask them if they've noticed anything about the software. I did update the software recently. Okay, here we go. So we're going to reduce the freeze time down to about 2 hours. There we go. It's going to freeze 2 hours. That'll allow the chamber to get good and cold. Stuff's already cold. And then it'll go ahead and kick into the dry cycle here at about 9 o'clock or so. And it's going to run all day, all night. And we'll check it out tomorrow. And I have noticed that on these heavier liquid runs, you usually have to extend the dry time a little bit. And we'll do adjustments tomorrow. And the next video will be taking the stuff out and processing it into the powder supplement that I give to the puppers. Thanks for showing up to the Pants Free Friday edition of Live Long and Freeze Dry. And we'll catch you when this batch is ready to be processed. Push fast. Pretty fast. Bella, Sadie, Spaz. You like that, huh? Okay, YouTube. So it's been 2 days since I processed the liver for the dog powder, and I thought I had some of the sweet potato ready to go, but I did not. So I ran a couple trays of chicken soup and some rice and the sweet potato pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to process these out, and then I'm going to show you how I mix up the dog powder. You know, those pups absolutely go crazy for this stuff. Until you could even just use these freeze-dried chunks of sweet potato, just put them in a jar and have them for snacks for the dogs. I know I've got some freeze-dried venison chunks upstairs that they absolutely adore. But then again, they'll eat about anything. I should have warned you how loud that was going to be. Okay, so that was two, I think they're 12-ounce packages of frozen sweet potato chunks. And then in this bag here, we've got the spinach, kale, and pumpkin. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the sweet potato. And then we're going to add, oh, it looks like about an equal amount. So we've got the sweet potato, the pumpkin, the kale, and the spinach here. And then we'll add about half of this chicken liver to this. And that'll be about the proportions that I use in the puppy powder. It's not an exact science, and with as much as this as I go through with family and friends, I can never mix up enough. I've tried different proteins in it. I've used salmon. The dogs loved it, but I couldn't stand the smell of it. I've used peanuts. You know, you buy a big jar of peanuts and you forget that they're behind something on the counter. The next thing you go back and, well, they're not exactly fresh anymore. You know what? Ground up and thrown in the puppy powder, those dogs don't mind it at all. I've used beef liver. But beef liver is actually not easy to come by as far as just walking into the grocery store and getting it. I suppose you could go to your butcher and get it, but yeah, I get most of my groceries I just get delivered, and the beef liver that I am able to get delivered is just frozen slices, and there's not a whole lot, and it costs about, oh, I'd say about 5 times what the chicken livers cost, and they're getting the same benefits from the chicken livers as they would from the beef livers, so we go with the chicken livers. But we've got that all mixed up. It'll go up on the shelf, and when their jar upstairs gets low, I'll refill from this. My brother and sister-in-law down in Tennessee, they usually come up here to Kansas City, every few weeks, and about every month or so they'll bring their jar back with them, and I'll fix them up for their dogs. My sister-in-law, she has a standing order. She buys the stuff and drops it off here. She brings the liver, she brings the pumpkin, she brings the kale and the spinach, and so it takes about 24 hours or so to freeze dry everything, and then, as you've seen, just a few minutes to grind it all up and mix it. But the dogs love it, and if you've got dogs, especially long-haired dogs that shed a lot, you might give this stuff a shot. I have definitely noticed a difference in how much the pups shed and how much less vacuuming I have to do. So, okay, freeze dryers, thanks again for showing up to my channel, Live Long and Freeze Dry. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Think about subscribing, that'd be great. And I will see you in the next one.